You don't know how much you'll need to invest to get started in the business, so you can work installing accessories for the Audi or Volkswagen lines, or for any other brand. This video is a video I'm making to show you what tools you need to buy to get started in the accessory installation business for any brand, okay? And what I recommend for those just starting out is a slightly more advanced kit, so to speak, but basically everything I'm going to show you here makes sense, okay? These are important things so you can start in the business already with tools and also with other things besides tools that will give you the best finish in your service, which will guarantee you, in addition to a better finish, a much more perfect delivery, so you won't have any problems in the future with your installation, okay? So, you guys go. I'll leave the links to everything I'm going to show you here below in the description so you can go there and buy, or at least so you know the name so you can search elsewhere to buy, okay? So, I'm going to show you my kit here. I'm going to explain everything I use, everything I've been buying over time. And remember, most of what I bought here was on AliExpress, okay, at a very good price. So, I'll leave it to you. So, let's go. I'm going to show you the entire kit, everything I bought to be able to do a beautiful, high-quality installation for my client. Well, this is basically a quick show of everything I have, right? And here I'm going to show you the first, most important thing, in my opinion, that you should buy to get started. This little folder here, it's sold on AliExpress, okay? And this is used to remove, in this case, the connector there, right? From the fuel filter part of cars, but I use it for something else. When I need to disassemble a door lining and the locks are very hard, I place this here in the middle of the door lining and squeeze it so it can apply force and open the door lining without hurting my hand, okay? This is already in this little kit. Also, this kit comes with a whole bunch of different spudgers, okay? So you can use them to remove trim. It's important to use plastic spudgers, not metal ones, precisely so you don't damage the finish or mark the car's finish. So, there are double-ended ones here, thinner ones, thicker ones, with a bent side, and smaller ones. So, there are several types here, okay? So you can have a wider selection, depending on the space you have for disassembly. Here are all the little wrenches for removing audio systems, right, from Audi A3, Volkswagen, and other brands. Here are the audio wrenches that come with this kit I bought from China. Here it comes with these wrenches. For those who haven't seen the video yet, I'll leave them in the description for you. These wrenches here, they're made, right, to remove the wire from inside the connector, okay? So, if you have a connector and you need to remove the wire there, you use this set of wrenches, right? There are two sets. There's this one, and this other set here. There's this other set here, look, of keys too, okay? They're the thin ones for removing them too. So, depending on the connector, you use this one, depending on the connector, you use this one, and depending on the connector, you use that one. So, just to give you a quick rundown, this one is one of the kits I use. I'll leave the link for you. It comes in this little folder, so you can zip it around here, close it, and it's perfect. Well, besides that, you know, when you're going to do an installation, sometimes you need to increase the wire size a bit, right? So, for that, I bought original wires in various colors, right? Original factory standard wire. So there are various colors here, and there's also the kit I bought from the box here, look, which you open and you have the same spools here, right? So you buy a box and then you buy the individual ones, and then you fit them here in this box. It's also important to have some wire, not just house wire, shower wire, or residential wire, but wire that's actually made for automotive use, right? Don't use wire that's not made for use in cars, okay, everyone? For God's sake. Well, besides that, to avoid having to use that ridiculous, ugly electrical tape, we have the little heat shrink kit here, right? I have it in various sizes. It comes in this little box, and there are a few different colors, if you want to use it. I usually just use black, right, because I think it gives a better finish during installation. And for those who don't know, right, I believe most of you already know, but you put this in the middle of the wire, heat it with a lighter, with a blower, and it shrinks and sticks to the wire, okay? Okay, so it provides insulation without you having to use that ugly electrical tape to finish it. Well, besides that, obviously you'll need a pair of tiny pliers to make the cut. I usually use this one from Seda. It's tiny, it's good, it's very sharp. Also, Here, another thing I use that speeds things up a lot is the type of pliers that are also available in China and Brazil, which are wire strippers. You place the wire here in the middle, right? You place the wire in this middle part. When you press it, what does it automatically do? It grabs and opens the wire, right? Then it removes the wire cover. Well, besides that, another basic thing, depending on the installation, sometimes you'll need to install a fuse. So here's a little box with several fuses of various sizes, right? So we have 5 or 10, 15, 20, 25 for you to use. It's also inexpensive, and it already comes with a key to make it easier to remove, right? Hey, the fuse in the fuse box so you don't end up killing yourself. Cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap. Everything is cheap. Here, look, the most expensive thing in this whole kit, since I showed you, is this kit here, which is around $110, $120. This complete kit here, this one costs $110, $120. The wires here, you'll pay for each roll of 3 or 4, about $30, $40. The heat shrink, in a box like this, you'll pay about $40 or so. A pair of pliers like this will cost you about $35, not expensive either. A box like this, you'll pay about $25 or even less, okay? It's not expensive, this one is very cheap. Also, for finishing, this tape here, I'll show you a closer look. It's that fabric tape, just like the original factory tape, right? So, to create a good finish, to avoid noise, to prevent loose threads, we use this type of tape, which is fabric tape, okay? It's not expensive. These days, you can find each roll of this tape in China. Well, the price varies a lot. Some places you'll find it for $5, others for $10. This tape here, sometimes you can even get it for $3, depending on the promotion, okay? But it's a fabric tape, okay? That keeps noise down and leaves a really good finish. So, one more tip here. This tape is good. Well, besides that, I bought this here. You're going to ask, what is this here, sir? Well, let's go. Depending on the installation, sometimes you need to disassemble a door lining or remove a trim that has locks, right? So here, look, these are door locks so you can replace them if you break one of your client's door locks. So, the problem isn't breaking the door lock. Sometimes, even an old car, and the door lock is already dry, so you have new locks here. So you won't leave your client's door lining loose, right, or without a lock. So there are several lock models, right? There's the one I showed you, there's this one here with a central lock, there's this one here with a screw lock, there's this one here with a different type of lock, there's this one here too, look. So, there are several types of locks here, right? If you break one, you have replacements. This whole kit of plastic locks here, you'll pay around $25, $30 at most. It's not very expensive, okay? These locks here are worth buying. Well, next thing, a multimeter. Obviously, if you're going to work with electrical components, you need a multimeter. This one is the one I use, okay? It's a unit. It's a unit. It's very good. It immediately identifies whether it's alternating current or not. You can put it here. It can also measure temperature and other things, okay? So I think it's very good. It works well, never had any problems. Well, it meets my needs for installing an accessory in a car. The average price is around $80, $90, more or less, okay? Just to give you an idea. And then, finally, here are the crimping pliers, which are these pliers here, which are important for crimping. Why? I forgot, I didn't put them here. Well, you usually need some connectors, right? I usually buy some connectors separately, right, to have extra. If I break a connector or one of them is already broken, what do I usually do? I buy some extra connectors. Yeah, I don't know where I kept them, but I'll post another video. But then, here are the crimping pliers. And here's one of the things you have to buy, which is interesting, is the male and female connectors, right, which you use to crimp. Look, Let me see if I can focus here, look. So, this goes inside the connector. The wire goes through the middle here, right? And then you crimp it here in the middle and then you fit it inside the connector. So there's the male and female connectors too, look. So we have various sizes and models here. This isn't expensive either. You'll pay around $30, $40, more or less. It's not very expensive. It has all the measurements here, right? The most commonly used ones in Volkswagen Audis, because I work mostly with Volkswagen Audis. So, basically, this is the kit I use most, right, for installing accessories. And besides installing accessories, there's something I forgot. A grommet, right? I use a grommet in residential areas when I need to run wires along the door sill or, for example, from the trunk to the front where I'm not installing a rear-view camera or something else. The grommet also makes it much easier for me to run wires through the car than hurting my hand, right? Getting my hand into small spaces so I can thread a wire for installation. So, if you like it and you want to get into the field or already work in the field, there are several important things you need to have. It's something simple, right? We connect this to the car battery and you put it on the end of a wire, right? When you don't want to open a wire, you take it, remove this little cap here, it has this tip, right? This spear, right? This needle. And you pierce the wire, and then he shows you here, look, let me focus here for you. It shows you whether the current flowing through that wire is positive, negative, or alternating, to also make it easier for you to identify whether it's a positive wire, post switch, or not. So, basically, this is the entire kit I usually use to install accessories. So, here's a tip for those who want to get into the field or already work in the field. A few things here that I use in my daily life, okay? If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below for us what you liked most about this kit, what you have, and what's missing in yours.